Hi guys, Crystal Thompson here with a Simon Says stamp project. I am showing you the layered tulips. This is the newest release, and we are making 2 cards with 1 stamp set, and we are stamping that just once to be able to create those 2 cards. So can you see that? So be sure to stick around on how to make this full tutorial and showcasing those layered tulips. Stay tuned. For this first card, we're going to be using the newest layered tulips. It's a beautiful stamp set, and I like how wide it is. The wideness will allow us to create 2 cards with 1 stamp. You're going to see how we're going to do this. For our sentiment, I'm using the Thankful Flowers, and I'm using the super bold You Are Amazing, and it's in a beautiful stamp set. All products will be linked below. So let's get started. We're going to begin with the bottom part of the layer. I really wanted to show you guys how to make these beautiful 2 cards by just stamping 1 time. So I'm going to grab this. I have a piece of cardstock that is the base for a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 if you were to fold it halfway. So I'm going to bring this down, and I'm really just going to use my MISTI to kind of line the whole thing up. We're going to set that up. For our first color, we are going to begin using some of the Altenew inks. This is a new stamp set, so it does tend to stick to your cardstock. Our first color is going to be Altenew and Frayed Leaf. And these inks are available on the Simon Says stamp store. We're going to ink that up very, very quickly. And I felt that I wanted to do this whole tutorial real live time so you can see really how easy it is to create it. So we're going to stamp it. I'm going to lift it up. And you get this beautiful stamped ink. I'm going to come in and do it again. All right, now that we have that fully done, we're going to move on to the second step. We have the second layer of those tulip leaves, and we're going to be doing that with the Forest Glades. So the way I did it, I have already lined it up. So I begin by layering the bottom end, and then the top, and then just do the side. And don't worry about the tops too much. And if you end up not layering them properly, that's just fine. So we're going to ink this up. And then we're just going to stamp. And it makes it very, very easy to create this card so that you have that beautiful ink color. So I'm going to set this aside. We're going to remove this. And again, we're totally doing this on real time. We're going to bring in our tulips. I'm totally loving this spring look, and I think you will too. So I'm going to just line up the bottoms of my tulips. And because this is a longer stamp set, you can totally shift around where you want your tulips. So I'm going to put that down. For our next color, we are going to be using the beautiful Altenew in Lavender Fields. So we're going to ink that up as well. And we're going to bring that down. And we have that ready to go. So we're going to remove our stamp, and we're going to bring in that last layer. This is going to be the top or the very outline of those tulips. And let me show you how we're going to line them up. So we're going to bring this in, and we're going to line up again, how I had mentioned earlier. We're going to line up the bottom of the tulip. And I kind of feel that if I hold down this bottom part of my stamp down here, then I can go ahead and move the other parts up or down without having to readjust the entire stamp. So once that we have that done, we're going to close our MISTI. And we're going to bring in Altenew Crisp ink in Midnight Violet. It's a very dark purple. And we're just going to ink those up as well. I'm going to bring them down. Okay. And we're going to lift it, and you have this beautiful outline to these tulips. And I'm really just quite pleased with that. So we're going to let those sit right there. We're going to remove our tulip, and we're going to begin the process of our first card. I'm going to bring in the You Are Amazing from the Thankful Flowers. Now I'm going to place them right here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4. So I'm going to place the You Are Amazing as far as I can on this card. and then make sure that it's nice and straight. And you can do that by lining up the outer parts of your MISTI. And then we're going to bring in that darkest color, in this case being that Midnight Violet. We're going to ink that up. And then we're going to stamp down. So we are going to lift this, and then you have that beautiful "You Are Amazing." So we're going to pop this out. We're going to set our MISTI aside, but not removing that "You're Amazing" stamp set. Then we're going to line this up to 4 1/4, and we're going to trim that. And now you have one card base ready to go. You can even trim the bottom if you like, just to make sure that you don't have any of that white spacing. And there you have it. There's one card base. Very, very happy about that. So now we have this other piece of cardstock. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to trim out that beautiful tulip. And we're going to trim the other end. And then you want to bring in another piece of white cardstock. We're going to remove our trimmer. We're going to bring back the MISTI with the "You Are Amazing," and this is what we're going to do. Be sure that your stamp is completely clean. Okay, then we're going to bring in our cardstock that I had mentioned earlier, and we're going to place this down. So then what we're going to do is we're going to grab our Midnight Violet again. We're going to ink it up. And then we're going to stamp that first white cardstock or card base, depending on how you want to do this. We're going to lift it, and then we're going to bring in the second piece and place it where you want it. So I'm going to do it right here. You can even tape it down or use your magnets if you choose. I'm not going to use my magnets. I'm just going to kind of wing it. Let me see. And then we're going to stamp down again. So let me show you. Da, 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 da. So now you have the two sentiments here. So you want to bring in some foam adhesive or anything else, and then we're going to start placing them together. So I've added a piece of foam adhesive on the back, and all we're going to do here now is we're just going to line those up, top and bottom. And now you have two super fun cards that we made. Look how cool these are. And we made them all with one stamp set, right? We can almost puzzle it right there. But you were able to just stamp one time for each of these layers, and then you created two very clean and simple cards using the newest release from Simon. So be sure to stick around. There's a lot more videos on my YouTube channel. I want to thank you for being here today. Be sure to give the thumbs up if you like this tutorial, and click subscribe. I would appreciate it forever. And again, all products are linked below with an affiliate link. So thanks so much, guys. Have an amazing day.